Hey, Little Lolo, coming back down to earth here, and Twitch culture is heavily revolved around a lifestyle of degeneracy. It seems like there is a constant mental decline for everybody who is a part of this side of the internet. Because if we take a deep dive into the world, we will see a lot of weird things that have been normalized, like sim culture, where woman streamers have been able to take advantage of the internet dwellers and run both of their pockets and their cocks dry. Furries, maid outfits, obsession with big titty goth girls, and wheel spins for a prerequisite of subscriptions and or money is a thing that comes up when you think about Twitch. And if you don't know what Twitch is, well, I pretty much summed it up for you. You will also see that a lot of these big streamers have something in common, and that is that they are all massive gamers who spend most of their time, well, gaming. I'm talking about 12 to 16 hours out of the day for a lot of these well-known streamers, which in the grand scheme of things is a child's dream. You know, I get to play games and make bank. Where do I sell my soul to this promised land that you call Vinland? Where? But if we truly think about it, this could be a direct correlation with brain rot. You know, doing a mundane, repetitive task for 12 hours out of the day is a little crazy, don't you think? Some of these streamers revolve their entire lives around speedrunning games where they dedicate their entire craft around specific glitches in a very niche classic game just so that they could possibly beat the world record time. You have other streamers who spend most of their lives in a virtual world where they RP as a character that is essentially themselves, because if you truly think about it, if they invest 12 hours at the day, 5 days out the week for years as his character, then that created pixelated character is pretty much them. You have FPS gamers consume their lives in the same game for years, trying to perfect their aim and their craft on the same maps, the same mechanics for long hours out the day. It's insane. And to these people and many more, I truly commend them. This is like a job. It's equivalent to a hard labor job, because holy moly, stick my dick in a glory hole. To do something on repeat without any guarantee for success is built off some level of passion that, to me personally, I could respect. But it is definitely rotting their minds, because your entire existence revolves around this reoccurring task that just never ends. Sometimes people's careers are built off of this, and it's something they forcibly have to do, even if they don't want to, just to make money. I mean, if we look at Tifu, he basically was playing so many games for long hours out of the day that he had to take an indefinite break from streaming entirely. So essentially, streamers are trapped in their houses for long hours out of the day where they basically don't have to do much because their entire world exists within this visual frame. It's kind of easy to succumb to a lifestyle of degeneracy where you can just let your entire life around you decay over time. Granted, maybe both the streamer and the population that creates this environment on Twitch are all like-minded individuals that have always been degenerates their entire lives. You know, people who don't clean, people who don't go outside, people who don't cook. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I was completely shocked and surprised when I found out that Pokimane admitted to not knowing how to cook. But for a woman who has been in the industry for as long as she has, basically when she was a teenager, and has had access to DoorDash or Uber Eats at her fingertips, it's kind of understandable. For a lot of big streamers that got big at an early age, it's understandable how they weren't able to grow in these aspects of life because they never needed to. You know, XQC, as I've said in my last video, has had a towel with mold on it. You know, Miss Kiff has been ordering prep meals for years, and MP Lowell has a girlfriend who pretty much does everything for him. You know, this is the detriment and the truth to a life of longevity in this atmosphere. I mean, if we look at Extra Emily and FanFan, two streamers both graduating with high honors in colleges, choosing this lifestyle of degeneracy. It's like Morpheus providing them with the blue and red pill. You know, one side granting them a successful and stable lifestyle with a 401k, but it's kind of boring, to a lifestyle of successful instability and constant social pressures of being criticized, but hey, you get to be a degenerate. They both chose the latter, and I think the reason that they did so is the same reason that people like me who enjoy indulging a life of Smeagol Golem right? Although I do pursue positive habits like working out, cleaning, or cooking, there are certain aspects of my life where I lack, like understanding cars or power drills. I never had a father. Extra Emily, for example, she is so HDMI brained and heavily focused on making content for her chat so she can grow as a streamer that it kind of disrupts other aspects of her life, which can be a damaging effect of being a streamer, always trying to attain a desirability that revolves around viewership and viral clips. It seems like everything in her life is consumed with whether she can make content out of it, which at the end of the day can cause a brain to fry like somebody going on the electric chair. But in reality, although she puts on this front of being a bimbo and or an alien, don't let that fool you, because she still graduated from an Ivy League college, and when it comes to studying and learning, she could really turn that shit on and actually focus up, as indicated by her GTA RP gameplay of her attempting to be a cop and her winning squad. Same with Fan. Once again, it's like the expectations that this culture of Twitch has embedded within the social norms. In order to be successful in this field and on this platform, you have to be a degenerate to some extent. I mean, one of the few people that are exempt from this is probably Hassan, but even he streams long, difficult hours out of the day, and whenever he strays away from politics, his viewership usually drops. And the Twitch viewer really reflect this. I mean, in an economy that orbits around community donations, subscriptions, and chat interactions that can happen in real time with the streamer, there can be a level of a parasocial bond that a lot of people will have with their favorite streamer, although many of them won't admit it. I think live streaming is a prime example of this, because in any other source of entertainment like YouTube, social media, TikTok, or even Hollywood, there has never been an access, connection, and relationship that live streaming has to a creator, or in this sense, internet celebrity. In this world, you can have your favorite streamer read out your comment in chat, say your name real time, that makes the chatter feel some level of pseudo connection and make them feel like they are a part of something, which then will consume the viewer into revolving their life into degeneracy even further. This will then cause an entitlement for the viewer, where they will start to vocalize their thoughts and opinions on Reddit forum posts like Livestream Fells, among others, and the website X, where Kai Cenat, one of the biggest streamers on Twitch's platform, got a lot of hate as of recently for stating his opinions. A streamer can feel like their opinions are always valid because their chat is basically comprised of yes men and a community that revolve their thought process and opinions based off of emotions and biases pertaining to their favorite streamer, which can be toxic. But this is very common in the world of live streaming. On many occasions, a big streamer like XQC can vocalize his irritation about a certain mechanic in a game and get upset at a smaller streamer, which will then lead his army to agree and basically send them off to a verbal war to antagonize said smaller streamer. But in essence of that, we have streamers and viewers tossing around judgments and opinions and concluding them as though they are facts, which is a terrible cycle that doesn't ever circulate around reasoning or intellectual thought. It is the purest form of degenerate notion. But aside from all that, if you are able to deprive yourself from the toxic environment and not fully immerse yourself in it and find balance among other hobbies in your life, and I think enjoying Twitch as a source of entertainment isn't that bad, as long as you are able to separate yourself from the mess. Anyways, that's all from me. I'm off to another dimension. See ya.